Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today, there's going to be a pair of wide receivers looking to make big plays on the field. It's the Colts going up against the Raiders. A lot of uncertainty about the future home of the Raiders, but for today, their home is still Oakland, California. And that's where we'll find our commentary team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Bay Area as we welcome you to Oakland, California. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Oakland Raiders. Hello, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. As we get set here, Charles, we talk about wide receivers. You know, Larry mentioned it in the open, but that's a big spot to look at here in this one.
I think he identified it perfectly because these guys have such an impact on the game nowadays because they throw the ball more than ever. And whether they're throwing it short, medium, or long, can they snatch it out of the air and create even extra yardage with run after catch?
Ready to go now on a sunny afternoon in the East Bay. And off we go from Oakland. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Okay, so here comes Oakland on offense, led by Derek Carr. And last Thursday against KC, he struggled. Just 17 of 41, only 117 yards, Charles, and no touchdowns either.
Yeah, the struggle was real. There's no doubt about it. A very cold night. He has the injury on his throwing hand, so that has to affect him no matter how much he tried to tell everyone it didn't. It does. But those types of numbers give Kansas City's defense some credit. They played awfully well in addition. But that just was a night for him to forget, and hopefully he can heal up and move on.
We ready?
Carr now on first down. And his first look is incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And it's second down. Well, sometimes we talk running backs, sometimes we talk wide receivers. Walford, the tight end in this unit, very important.
Clive Walford, a terrific player. Knows how to work the inside portions of the field, but also can surprise you and get deep.
Second down here after the incomplete pass.
Let's go, D. All right, here we go. Wide at the 8. Wide.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Well, when the passing game wasn't working last Thursday night, the running game was. Latavius Murray up over 100 yards. It's interesting, only his second 100-yard performance this year, but he has hit pay dirt 12 times.
He does run with a purpose when he handles the football, and I think a lot of that stems from the question marks in the offseason always revolved around Oakland's running game. Who would be the primary ball carrier? And he kept saying, I've been here for a while. I'm going to be. And he proves it with each carry.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. And now a look at the defense for the Colts.
Mike Adams can cover receivers whether he's playing in the slot or outside the numbers at cornerback.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
We got three, fellas. We got three. We ready? Wide at the 8. Wide at the 8.
Carr turns, hands to Murray. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. David Perry that time in on the stop.
If you draft a guy in the 6th round and he gives you a 1,000-yard season at some point, would you say he's good value?
That's good return on investment. He was the first Raiders guy to rush for 1,000 yards in 2015 since McFadden back in 2010.
Latavius Murray, remember the name.
Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Carr. And this is going to be incomplete. They were trying to get it to DeAndre Washington. And it's 4th down. On now, the fifth-year man, Marquette King, to kick it away. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. And tough starting field position here. Here's the first carry now for Frank Gore. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb to the next level and get the linebacker. When you're not allowed to climb, you got a free hitter, and that's what we saw there. And a really nice play resulted for them.
Back to throw, Love. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Fresh set of downs here.
Cut his left. Cut his left.
On first down, it's Locke. Allen's got it over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first. So Allen had the 3 first-half touchdowns against the Jets in the Meadowlands, but held without a catch following that up in Week 14.
I got the sense in reviewing this game that Bill O'Brien, the head coach of the Houston Texans, grabbed his defensive coordinator and said, you see that guy? You see number 83?
Find him.
I want him covered, all right? No 3 touchdowns against us. I think they adjusted defense quite well, and other people didn't pick up the slack they needed to.
Locke surveying the field, and he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. And now it's a 3rd and 4 situation for the offense.
Watch the flip. Watch the flip.
To the air again, Locke. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. And it's 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
So on 4th down, the Colts will turn it over to Pat McAfee to punt this one away. Travis Carey back deep for the Raiders. Now Carey. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Raiders will take possession. We get a glance at the Colts defense as they work their way back on the field. They did their job last go-around, forced the punt, hoping for more of that here.
They got off the field. That's exactly what they wanted to accomplish. Get off the field, turn the ball over to their offense, and kick back and enjoy a little bit of water and rest before they have to go back out there again.
Back out there now and hoping to hurry up and get more water and rest. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back, and now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
They go play action for Murray. Now Carr throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The big tight end, Clive Walford, the intended target. And it's third down. They'll run here. It's Murray. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to fourth down.
On every snap, a defense is trying to establish who they are, but on third and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell people who you are, and that's exactly what they did. For the offense, they're looking at their offensive line and saying, guys, where are you? We need you on those plays.
Here's Marquette King now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And Andrew Luck takes the field along with the other 10 for the offensive side of Indianapolis, coming off that tough loss at home against Houston, 22-17. Andrew Luck, 2 interceptions, also got stripped by Jadeveon Clowney on a key fumble. Just a tough afternoon in the Circle City.
And you did that game, so you got to see the Colts up close, and coming off of the big win over the Jets, did you anticipate this much trouble for them on offense?
Absolutely not. Andrew Luck coming off his highest passer rating in his career to the lowest of the season against Houston. They'll try and start the drive here with Gore. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Against Houston, a touchdown reception for Gore, 74 yards from scrimmage. But I want to go back to the Monday night game against the Jets Week 13, Charles, because he passed Tony Dorsett for number 8 all-time in that win.
Didn't get the win, which is going to drive him crazy because Frank Gore is all about winning. But when I see him pass guys like Tony Dorsett, I often think of what one GM in the league told me. When I draft players, I compare them to how much Frank Gore plays the game, hard and passionately, and measure them that way. That's a high compliment.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And this offense sometimes is predicated on the ageless wonder, Frank Gore.
And he wants to be a guy with limitless carries. Frank Gore gets better and better with each carry, really batters defenses with his inside running.
Third down and 3. Luck on third down. And this is going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Frank Gore there. And it's now 4th and 3. Here's Pat McAfee now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Carry on the return. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right. Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. We ready? Wide and 8.
On play action, now Carr. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. Now, for Cooper, his 29 yards in Week 14 actually led the Raiders. That's how much they were struggling in the passing game. And Well, he was part of a pretty bizarre play, wasn't it?
And when you start with the yardage on his catches, he had 5 catches in the game. When you start with that game was a clunker for him. But as you alluded to, there was a big-time play. What could have been for he and the Raiders should have been a 78-yard touchdown catch. Was it the wind? Was it the lights? Some people even thought it was a camera wire that got in the way, and he ended up not catching a ball that would have been a huge play for Oakland.
Now Carr with a give to Murray. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And that's why you see so many teams play a 3-4 defense, because that set gives you a lot of flexibility about where to bring pressure from, and it's hard for an offense to pick it up. Left side, right side, up the middle, especially with some really flexible linebackers.
They can't hang with us. We ready? Wide at the 8. Wide.
Play action. Now it's Carr. He's got time in the pocket. All kinds of time. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
And they'll be in search of 11 yards here on third down. Throwing his Carr on third down. And that's complete to Walford. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
Every quarterback likes having a reliable target at tight end, and I think young quarterbacks especially, because they want to get the ball in their hands quickly. I think these two, Derek Carr and Clive Walford, that's a pretty good connection for years to come for Oakland.
Yeah, he started to come on strong end of his rookie year. Now the Raiders really hoping for that second-year jump out of Walford. And now the offense operates in the red zone. Back to the ground game. Here's Murray. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that, because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
They go with Murray again. Oh, what a move. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey. We got 3. We got 3. 3 down. All right, here we go.
From the gun, it's Carr. He finds Crabtree for the completion. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
3 down. All right, here we go.
So the offense has it, 6-yard line, 1st and goal. And he stopped immediately there. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Deep drop. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup. And this defense hasn't let him in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2.
Here we go. Red 18.
Now they'll run. Murray. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
There are certain drives in a game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
So on 4th down, off goes Carr, and on is Sebastian Janikowski. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
Now after the made field goal, here's Sebastian Janikowski to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Quickly now, the starting 11 for the Oakland defense.
Sean Smith is absolutely the prototype of what they call the long corner. Tall, plenty of length in his arms, and the ability to bat away passes.
And ready now for 2nd and 9. They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
A dime look defensively for the Raiders on 3rd down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there. Throwing on 3rd down. Luck. And that is incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. And a look here at the Colts defense. And last time out, they gave up the chip shot field goal, but obviously could have been worse than that. I think they felt pretty good about only giving up 3.
No doubt about it. Anytime an offense gets into the red zone, the thinking naturally for the defense is, okay, 3 points. We're going to give up 3 here, but let's make it no more than that. They met their goal.
On the other side, though, the offense, they weren't very happy.
No, because there's an opportunity. Once you get to the red zone, you're not thinking about kicking a field goal. You're thinking about how do you get it into the end zone, and when you don't, you walk off the field feeling a little bit of failure on that drive.
Yeah, who will have the better feeling at the end of this drive? Backing up. And his pass incomplete. Cooper was the target there, and now it's 2nd down. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Back near his goal line. Here's Carr. This one complete to Cooper Helfet. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. A big play there on the catch and run. 78 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
We ready? Red 18. Red.
They'll run the option left. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks run with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a gain, hard to argue against calling it.
See if they stay on the ground for second down.
We ready? Wide and
They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Latavius Murray, 15 yards. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive, 4 plays. And it culminates with a Latavius Murray touchdown run. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Carr to throw again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Seth Roberts from 3 yards out. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Janikowski now for the point after. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And marching back out there now, the Raiders defense gets ready. A field goal last time is what they gave up in a close game. All these drives start to feel so critical.
And they are. And, you know, we've met so many defensive coordinators who just really hate the bend but don't break mentality. They're much more of the aggressive school. But that mentality has won a lot of games. If you're only giving up field goals on drives, that usually keeps you in it and gives your offense a chance to retaliate.
Yeah, and right now it's got him with the lead. On first down, Luck. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. Philip Dorsett by himself. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Philip Dorsett, 78 yards. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Derek Carr getting set and ready to go again on offense here. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared. Here we go. Red 18. Red 18. Set.
Carr now on first down. Surveying the field. Throw left side to the tight end Walford. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. All right, here we go. Wide and yay.
Now Carr throwing on second down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And a nice spin into some open field. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes a timeout. And now we're set to get going. So the offense has it first and 10.
Watch left. Tight end to the left. Tight end left. All right, here we go. Wide and yay. Wide and yay.
Shotgun now for Carr. Oh, what a catch there by Cooper. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. One receiver to the left is Cooper.
All right, here we go. Wide and yay.
Carr now on first down. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. Oh, Amari Cooper couldn't pull it in there. And that'll bring up second down.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
All right, here we go. Wide and yay.
Carr will try it again on second down. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Wide and yay.
Throwing his Carr on third down. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And Janikowski bangs it through. So we've reached halftime here in Oakland with the Raiders on top as we will send you eastward to Orlando and Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Larry.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Raiders are happy to be sitting in the locker room with the lead. The Colts won't panic either. They know they just need to take it one play at a time.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this
you're
is
going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Throwing is Luck. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Double tight, double tight. Four down, four down.
On first down, it's Luck. Caught left side by Hilton. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They try the corner route there, Charles, and it works to perfection.
Boy, that's hard on a defensive back because if you get any fake or move to the inside, you have to respect it, and then the receiver breaks back to the sideline.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
We got three, fellas, we got three.
Gore back there is the lone setback. And he'll get it up the middle. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and it may be a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Double tight. Double tight.
Play fake to Gore. It's Luck. He's got time in the pocket. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that's the type of pass play that you need to wait for routes to develop. You need a little time in the pocket, but that's hard to do when you got people in your face.
Single.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. Luck on 3rd down. Finding time. Now a hit, and Luck lost the football. It's out, and the Raiders pick it up, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Single.
Take four.
We Abram.
So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
Well, Brandon, these two have formed a pretty good partnership. Cooper in his 2nd year, Carr in his 3rd. But what makes a duo great can also be their downfall when you go to the well too often. And this ball is one that Derek wishes he could have back.
And the Colts coming out now. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Time to establish the run game. It's Gore. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
Another carry now for Gore. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. Mario Edwards Jr. there to bring him down.
Everyone's looking for the big runs, the explosive runs, the 20 to 30-yard plays. But anytime you're picking up good yardage and setting yourself up on down and distance, offenses love that too.
Gore back there is the lone setback. And he'll get it up the middle. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Here's Pat McAfee now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They'll try and get the running game going here with Murray. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
Second down, just 1 yard to go. Again, it's Murray. Oh, another beautiful move.
Man, that's better than the two-step, isn't it?
And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Finds Roberts left side.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Raiders are going to get a new set of downs.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They come out here in the eye. A run. It's Murray. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. So we've got a 2nd and 5.
Strong right. Strong right. Strong right.
All right, here we go. Red 18.
A 20th carry coming up now for Murray. Cuts it out here, left, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Latavius Murray, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Raiders add on to their lead. Not only touchdown number 2 for him, but a big run to boot. However, still trailing.
Still trailing, but not because of his efforts. Boy, he's playing really well, and I love his long speed there, right? Able to get out there and burst all the way to the end zone, and smart enough to keep the ball in his hands and get into the end zone for the touchdown. In 2016, on all levels of football, we're seeing guys drop it before the goal line. What's the rule, Brandon? Run into the goalpost.
That's right.
Before you drop the ball.
That.
There you go.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates with a Latavius Murray touchdown run. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And the Colts getting ready to go. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Deep drop. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. It's a gain of 20 that time. And it's good enough for an Indianapolis 1st down.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Watch left. Stop right there.
One receiver left is Hilton.
Check. 4 down.
Now a play fake, and it's Luck. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The first time All-Pro in 2015, Khalil Mack in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Cut.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Allen has it, left side. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Not my house, baby. Not my house. Not my house.
And you would have to think an obvious passing situation here on 3rd and 9. Play fake to Turbin. Now Luck. He's going to loft. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 52 yards. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. He's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. If you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye.
He just takes off and goes, and I think that's what we just saw there.
Just a 4-play drive that time. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So out come the Raiders. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up.
Left, left, left. Watch left, left, left. Here we go, D.
Hey, we're going to rally.
Yes,
Rally.
yes, yes.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Three down. Hey, check.
We ready? 5 and 8.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
Third down and 12.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
One receiver to the left is Cooper.
5 and 8.
Throwing his Carr on third down. Throw left side to the tight end Walford. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, They're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Now on second down, this is Gore. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Gore back there is the lone setback. He'll get the football here. Gore hit. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Here's Pat McAfee now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. The Colts defense, they worked their way back onto the field. Their stay on the field last time was short-lived with a 3 and out. See if they can get some more of that.
And ordinarily, you want to be on the field playing, right? But 3 and out, that's almost gold to a defense. Get to the bench, get some rest, turn the ball over to your offense.
We'll see what they can do here, see if they can force another 3 and out.
Double tight, double tight. 3 down, 3 down.
All right, here we go. Wide.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Hey, guys, check me out, check me out.
Here we go. Red 18.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Connects it to Roberts, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Seth Roberts with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Janikowski on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A lone second remains now in this third quarter.
Tight end right.
On first down, Luck. Allen's got it complete. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the fourth quarter. So this brings up a 2nd and 2.
Strong left.
To throw on second down is Luck. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Fresh set of downs here.
Watch right. We got right.
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
On first and 10, Luck. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
Back to the air, Luck on second down. Left side, it's Dorsett. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Watch 23. Butch. Get on the point right now.
From the 50, it's Luck. Dorsett making the catch. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Really nice connection on the corner route. This is a play where the receiver wants to set up the defensive back by moving him inside and then breaking back to the corner.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Watch out. I'm here all day.
On first down, it's Luck. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 12. And that'll be good for an Indianapolis first. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gore. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Back to throw, Luck. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate.
We got 4.
On the run, it's Robert Turbin. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
Still second down.
Gore back there is the lone setback. He's going to get the football. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. Now Luck on 3rd and goal. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so it's getting late in this one. Now, you could argue that they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but they still face a pretty uphill battle.
Yeah, even with the field goal here, it's going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns now to get back in it. And that's going to be a tall order against this defense.
Here's the punter, McAfee, to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now the Colts defensive unit trots back out there. And with this deficit, let's be honest, it's time for them to get a stop.
And partners, you understand very well from our time together and visiting with coaches, defensive coordinators tend to be a little more emotional, a little more high-strung than others.
They are.
I have a feeling that that speech came out about taking a stand and bowing up in this possession.
Yeah, that's where this word pride comes out, right?
In a big way.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Hey, come on, O, come on, O.
We ready? Red 18. Red 18.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got time. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. It's caught inside the 25.
Holding offense.
And, of course, the defense is going to accept this penalty.
Nice, sweetheart.
We ready? Wide 88. Wide.
Now Carr. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Get him.
We go rally.
Under 10,
Rally.
under 10, 10.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Good hit, baby. Good hit. Good hit, baby.
So 2nd down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. One receiver to the left is Cooper. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Surveying the field. Letting one go deep for Roberts. Oh, wide open, complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big play there for the Raiders. 35 yards. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead. Confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Hey, watch 28.
We ready? Wide and Yates.
From midfield, here's Carr. This caught, reception by Holmes. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Second down now after the pass completion.
Got a thing on the slot. Thing on the slot.
Take 4,
Here we
take
go.
4.
Red 18.
They go play action for Murray. Now Carr. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Eric Walden in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's 3rd down. One receiver to the left is Cooper.
Red 18.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It finds Crabtree for the completion. Carr and Crabtree hooking up for a big one there. 49 yards. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up 1st downs and keeping the football.
And now a 1st down following that long gain.
Watch that end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Here we go. Red 18.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
All right, here we go. Wide and
Again, it's Murray. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal.
Watch QB drop.
we ready? Red 18.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Janikowski bangs it through, and that will extend their lead even further. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the fourth.
Now after the made field goal, here's Sebastian Janikowski to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Khalil Mack able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Single.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. To throw on 2nd down is Locke. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Still in search of the 1st down after that last completion. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Luck looks to throw on 3rd and 1. Open man, it's Allen. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handing it to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a 1st down.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's got his man on the comebacker. It's a pickup of 14 there, and it's good enough for an Indianapolis 1st down.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it?
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Now a play fake here on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Again, Luck. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Play fake to Gore. It's Luck. It's caught by Moncrief. It's a gain of 14 there. And that'll be good for an Indianapolis first.
Partner, he got the DB on his horse on that play. He certainly sold like it was going to be a deep route before breaking it back on the comeback towards the sideline.
Now the offense lining up first and 10. From the red zone now, Luck. And not able to get it that time. He hit on 6 straight passes. Not there, second down.
Sometimes it looks pretty simple, batting the ball away. But oftentimes there's some pretty good teaching and practice that goes into it. Being able to get to the receiver, not interfere, and get his hands through the football and knock it away.
And on second and 10 now.
Hey, man, watch the boot.
Second and 10, Luck again. Drops it underneath to Gore. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Back to throw, Luck. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Luck throwing again. That's caught at the 2. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jack Doyle from 6 yards away. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Vinatieri now for the point after. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. Well, I think the Colts got this. They did. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Single, single.
Now Luck. They go with a screen to Gore. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good game. And they're going to speed things up here. Now it's Luck. A dump off here for Gore. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Luck. He's got time in the pocket. Look at the time. The 20. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Give him 22 on that one. And it's good enough for an Indianapolis first down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Luck. Can't find anyone open. Still back there. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
Single, single. Watch number 12. Watch number 12.
Luck now to throw. Looking for someone to throw to. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped.
False start, offense. Still third down.
And following that penalty, the offense really backed up now on third down. Third and long, it's Luck. Finding time. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. The speedy Devin Street, the intended receiver. And that brings up fourth down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Desperation time for Luck on fourth down. He's got time. The open man is Smith. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Colts able to get this back within a touchdown. Vinatieri now to tack on the PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On first down, Murray. And he's going to fight it. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. The linebacker, Eric Walden, the one to get him down. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action.
Let's go, D. It's gonna be a long day, offense. It's gonna be a long day.
We ready? Red 18. Set.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And another timeout taken by the Colts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense.
Strong left. Strong left. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Here we go. Wide and yay. Hut.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. But, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders are winners here as we say so long from Oakland.